Who watched Game of Thrones on Sunday? That show is insane. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite show right now. I haven't felt so excited to watch a TV show in forever as last Sunday. And I just in general love the state of TV right now. The fact that they have so much money to make these insane TV shows. I heard that they spent 55 days on one battle scene. Just to put that into perspective, a lot of movies are filmed in about 2 months. Like the whole Hollywood movie. 55 days. I can't imagine how many cameras and how much footage they have to cut down into just probably a 30-minute sequence. Just wild. Anyways, I forgot to edit the audio for this intro, so I'm just gonna drag and drop. Done. I think that sounds a little bit better. Just a tad. Okay, so part of my mission as a YouTuber, filmmaker, kind of educator, I guess, is to help you guys be better filmmakers, to enable you guys to make things easier for you and to help you make higher quality films. And so last month, or was it 2 months ago, I put out the motion graphic templates, a really easy way to animate your titles, basically just drag and drop, change the text, that's it. And I made that because we genuinely use those every single day. They speed up our workflow so much, and I thought if that saves me time and adds quality to my videos, maybe you might want to save time and add quality to your videos. So after I put those out and people just really loved them, I started to think about the dreaded audio. Just wait, don't click out yet. It'll be good, don't worry. I am not an audio person, just like I'm sure probably most of you are not audio people. You'd rather focus on the visuals and stuff. Sorry, audio people. I don't mean to shun you or anything, but it's so important to take some time and to work on your audio to make it sound a little bit better. And some people could ask, why do I need to use any effects? Why do I need to do anything with my audio? It sounds fine. That's kind of like saying, why do I need to color grade my log footage? Or why do I need spices when I'm cooking? You can get so much more out of your audio if you just spend a little bit of time and put a little bit of love into it. But for YouTube and other filmmaking where you're under a time crunch, I guess that's kind of all filmmaking. Maybe that's just all of life, actually. It's so much easier to just have a preset that you can drag and drop and you're ready to go. But audio is really hard. There's just so much weirdness, different plugins that you're not used to seeing and you don't know how they work. And it takes a lot of time, and even with a lot of time, you might not be able to get to a place where your audio actually sounds good. I've made my own presets and they're okay, they're fine, but they're definitely not the best. Because again, I'm not an audio person, and audio is really hard unless you just get a pro to help you. I was gonna get you guys to say hi to my friend who is a audio professional, but I guess he's busy. So Ryan Freeman, I asked him, he's super good with audio, and I asked him if he could help me make better presets for myself. And we spent a lot of time going back and forth, and well, to be honest, he spent a lot of time making these presets to make audio, especially talking, sound really, really good. And I thought if I'm spending all of this time making these presets, maybe you guys would want them also. So if you want a way to make your audio sound drastically better, especially your talking, and you want it with just one drag and drop click, drag, drop, boom, done, ready to go. Introducing the Matti Haapoja Premiere Audio Presets. Yeah, sorry, these only work for Premiere. Do not ask if they work for other programs, because they don't. And make sure you're on the newest version of Premiere so you don't have any weird issues. And these presets are really, really easy to use. First off, to install them, it's really easy. Just go to your effects panel in Premiere, and then you can make a custom bin or just use the user presets one, and you're gonna right click on that, import preset, and then just find the MH audio preset. Now they're installed, simple as that. And we have two folders here. The first folder is your background, your Foley, and kind of your extra effects, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then we have the voice processing. Open that up and you're gonna have some different options depending on who you are or who's talking in your video and where you filmed it. So for example, if you have a female speaking and you filmed it indoor, you can go in there and find the preset. Or if you're a guy or you filmed a guy talking and you're outside, there's a preset for you. Once you've found the right one, we're gonna have three options in there. We're gonna have bright, damp, and then normal. So bright is just a little bit more heavy on the high ends, damp is a little bit more bass heavy, and then your normal is normal. That's the one that you're gonna use most of the time. And then under that, we're gonna give you 3 different options, and think of this as kind of like opacity or power. So there's a light, a medium, and a heavy. And again, the majority of the time, you're gonna stick to either the light or the medium. The heavy, it's pretty heavy, but we wanted to give you that option of having that if you really need it. Then take the one that you want, for example, medium here, and then just drag and drop it onto your footage. That's it really, and you can hear the difference. It's really drastic. For example, here's the raw audio coming out of this microphone, and then here is with the preset added on. It's a pretty big difference, and it's just as easy as drag and drop, you're done. And we gave you a bunch of different presets that you can use, but in general, you're gonna kind of stick to the same ones. So once you've found the ones that you really like, you can save those ones separately or rename them to something that you like. So you can just search that one really quickly and drag and drop. Makes it a lot faster. And basically there's just a bunch of different audio filters that are cleaning up your audio and just making it sound a lot better, a little bit more rich, and just tweaking it the right way, adding that little audio spice to your audio. The only thing that you might need to do if your audio is too loud or way too quiet is change the amplify effect. And there's 2 different amplify effects, but most of the time we're gonna be changing the second amplify effect. And so if your audio, you notice once you've slapped that preset on there, if it's a little bit too quiet still, just add a little bit more gain until it's at a good level. That's it. That's the only thing you're really ever gonna need to tweak. If your audio is crazy quiet, like really quiet, that's when we use the first amplify and add a little bit of gain there, just so that all the other presets affect the audio properly, because if it's coming in super low, then the other presets after that, they're not gonna work as well. So that's the only time we would use the first amplify if your audio is really quiet. So if you've dragged the audio preset on there and you're noticing it's a little bit too quiet, just go into the second amplify and just turn up the gain a little bit. Don't go crazy with it, check the audio levels, but yeah, that's all you're gonna need to do. And just so you guys can see, or I guess hear the differences in between the different versions of the presets, we're gonna start off with the light here. So this is the light powered version, kind of like the lowest opacity, and then we're gonna move into the medium. So this is kind of the medium power. Again, I would stick to the light or medium, and then this is the heavy version. So this is pretty heavy, but maybe there's some certain situations where you want it to sound like this, and you can use this heavy preset. And then we also have the damp, so that's gonna be a little bit more bass heavy, and then the bright version, which is gonna be a little bit more focused in the high ends. Oh, and I recommend if you're recording your audio, always kind of record to about -12 dB. That's kind of where you want your audio levels to be bouncing. Again, I'm not an audio professional, but that's kind of where you want things to be. You don't want your audio levels to be hitting the 0 mark all the time when you're recording, just to give yourself a little bit more safe space for your audio. We also included the Matti special, which is basically the audio preset dialed in for my setup, the C300 with the Rode NTG3, this exact setup, and then also the EOS R with the Rode VideoMic Pro. Those are kind of the 2 setups that I use the most often. So I just thought it'd be fun to give you the exact presets that I'm gonna be using. Not that you need them, because all the other presets are great too, but I don't know, I just felt like it was fun to throw those in also. Okay, so the most important, the meat of this preset pack is the voice processing, but there's also the extras. First up, we have Just Right, the Foley Cleanup. So if you're using some Foley, whether it's, you know, city sounds or a bird, you can just slap that on there and it's gonna make it a lot better. It's just gonna add that little bit of audio spice to your Foley. Then we have some kind of creative audio effects, and these you can use, you know, in your short films, or if you wanna be just a little bit more creative in a YouTube video. So for example, we can make it sound like you're on the telephone. This one's a little bit distorted, and if you want it to be a little bit less stylized or distorted, you can just turn off the distortion. And again, I recommend that you guys look at the different effects just so you kind of know what's going on. You can learn from them and maybe even make your own presets or tweak these to be even more suitable to your recording. Or let's say you want to go underwater. Well, we got a preset for that. Or if you want to be a more...
Or maybe you just want to feel like you're sucking in helium all the time and you have that helium voice.
So those are really great, but there's even more. We also added some different reverbs. For example, if you're supposed to be talking in a big room, you can use the large room reverb. Or if you just want some echo, you can have some of that too. So there's just a lot to this audio preset pack. We really tried to think of everything that you would need, kind of all the basics, voice processing, Foley, some different effects, all of the basics that you would need when you're trying to tweak your audio and add that little bit of spice into it. And the best part is it's literally drag and drop. It's gonna save you so much time each time you're making a video. It saves us time. We have been doing this for a long time now using an audio preset. This one is just way better than we had originally. And that means you're gonna save a lot of money because it's gonna take you less time to make your videos. And let's face it, even if we tried, we spent hours, a lot of us, me included, probably could never get to this point of tweaking the audio. We're just not that good when it comes to audio. And these will basically last you forever. These have a really long shelf life. They're not super stylized or anything. Audio is audio. If you want it to make it sound good, here's some presets for you. And for the launch, they're gonna be 20% off, so they're $39.99. If you're interested, I'll link them down below. I can't wait to see how you... I keep saying see, but I guess I should be saying I can't wait to hear how you guys are using these, and I can't wait to hear all of the feedback from you guys. There was so much positive feedback when I put out the motion graphic templates. I was really surprised by that, but it makes sense. I've been doing that for a long time, and it saves you so much time, and it adds that bit of quality that's really hard to do fast. And you know, who of us has extra time? None of us have extra time, so if we can save time on these little steps like motion graphics or editing your audio, that's really great. That can make a big difference in your workflow. Even if you don't have $40 to spare right now, I highly recommend trying to make your own presets because it is gonna save you a lot of time when you're trying to tweak your audio. Okay, I think that's it for me. I just love it when tech makes it way easier for us to make videos and just focus on the more important things like story instead of tweaking audio graph curve things and pretending like we know what we're doing. All right, let me know what you guys think of the presets. I would love to hear your feedback. And yeah, I'm gonna go wait for the next episode of Game of Thrones. I can't believe I have to wait a week. At the same time, I kind of like the build up, the anticipation, the suspense. So yeah, I don't mind.